Hello everyone and welcome to Club Deck Corner here on Club at 22 the Rangers podcast. I am your host Scott Carney and yes, I am flying solo today. It's not the first time that I've done this, but it's definitely a bit off-putting when you're just doing it yourself, but the other two boys have work commitments today. I didn't want to leave you without any Rangers content in this magnificent, glorious week that we're all just about to have. So I'm here to bring you some news this week, and obviously to go through the press conference from Gerrard and Tav today, and then we'll kind of preview the Livy game and the starting 11s. So just before I get into the news of this week, for my views on kind of last week's news, i.e. the Fashion Sakala signing, the 32 Red extending their sponsorship, etc., you can check out True Blues Loyal YouTube page, as I was very kindly invited on to talk all things Rangers on Friday night. So please go and check it out. I had a great time doing it. A massive thank you to James for the support, and he truly stands by the motto that most use but don't actually believe in it or act on it even, I should say, is support Rangers fan media. So thank you again, James, and all the guys over at True Blues Loyal. I'm really looking forward to the next time, so go and check that out. As I say, it was a good show. Had a great time. It was Chris as well from Rangers on Tour, and Debbie from the band The Ronanes. Meeting her, it was really good, really enjoyable, and I appreciate him showing us the support. So we'll jump on to this week's news. Obviously, it's Trophy Week, as we're all aware of. Rangers supporters are planning their way of celebrating, whatever way that may be. The Union Bears announced that they'll be doing a march from Kinnan Park to George Square, which has prompted the police to warn Rangers fans to stay clear of George Square. So, look, my personal opinion on this is that I think the club and the police can do whatever they want regarding what people should and shouldn't do. People are going to do what they want. I don't think there's anything they can do really to stop it. I think people will gather at Ibrox and at George Square. It's been a brutal year for everyone, and we have been, as Rangers fans, rewarded for this brutal year by getting our main goal, which was getting 55. It's everything to us, this, and people want to express their emotions in different way of how they feel about it. As I say, I think the way the government and the police are coming out, it's as if we should behave and everybody else should be able to really do what they want. You're allowed to go to shopping malls, you're allowed to do different things, but all of a sudden there's going to be a police plan in place, if you like, for the celebrations. And whether I agree with it or not, I can understand we're living in a pandemic and these things are happening, but life is slowly returning back to normal, and we're kind of getting encouraged to go shopping again and do different things and meet people. I know it's only up to 6 people in your garden just now, but I think there has to be some sort of understanding from the government and from the police and what this means to Rangers fans. We've waited so long for this now, and as I say, I think they can put as many plans in place or different things that they want, and that the restrictions are probably going to be tighter than from the last time we were down at Ibrox or when we went to George Square. I do believe that to be the case, but there has to be some form of give. I think there has to be some form of give and take, and I think all we can really ask for is that people behave no matter what they choose to do, and just to stay safe, and just not to give sticks to the authorities and the supporters to beat us with. And you all kind of know who I'm talking about when I say the authorities and whatever supporters they decide to have. But whatever you choose to do, just stay safe and represent the club to a high standard. But from wherever you are and whatever you choose to do, just remember to shout that Glasgow Rangers are the champions. So we'll leave that there. We'll move on to our next bit I want to speak about. So it's the PFA Player of the Year nominees have been released, and they are Rangers, Stephen Davis; Rangers, James Tavernier; Rangers, Alan McGregor; and Rangers, Ryan Kent. Now, we were told that Celtic were the best team in Scotland. For being the best team in Scotland and not having one Celtic player in the Writers' Player of the Year or the Players' Player of the Year, you've really got to question that, I think. I think we're quite right to question it. I think that it's fully deserved for the both nominations, the writers and the players. Nominations player for the year, that it's all Rangers players, as it should be. We have been totally dominant in the league. We are 23 points clear. We are 2 games away from being unbeaten in the league, and yeah, the cup results may have not been the best, but our performances in Europe have been spectacular as well. So I think it's fully merited that it's really Rangers that dominate this. It is brilliant that it's all Rangers players. It really puts a massive smile on your face, and I think it just confirms how dominant Rangers have been. And it's a good place to be. It's been a long time since we've been able to look at the nominations for the Player of the Year and completely agree with every single one of them. So happy days in that regard. I've seen initial reactions online and stuff on Twitter that Goldson should feel a wee bit hard done by. In all honesty, he probably is hard done by not to be included in the PFA nominations. But Ryan Kent deserves plaudits for torturing Celtic the way he has this season, and he's been a massive part of our season. Everyone in the team deserves praise, really, so there's not many that I would have completely disagreed with, and I think it's fully deserved for the people that are there to be nominated. So, in my personal opinion, I think Steve Davis could take a clean sweep for player and the writers' player of the season, but again, that's really just my opinion. But I do think that he's got a massive shout for what he's achieved, as do all of them, though. It's hard it is splitting hairs between them all, but just what Steve Davis has achieved this year, for the way he's kind of dominated the midfield, he's became the heartbeat of the Rangers team, really, especially with the absence for Ryan Jack for so long as well. He's really just stepped up and he's took control, and as well he went and broke the British record for international appearances as well, which is a fantastic achievement, and he was rewarded with it all with 55 and with a contract extension. So he would be my pick. I do think if James Tavernier hadn't had an injury problem, it could have probably been Tavernier, and more likely would have been, because he would have continued to add to his phenomenal stats this year. But you can't take anything away from Steve Davis, as I say, for the age that he is and at the stage of the career that he's in, to be performing the way that he is and completely dominating midfield in Scotland. I think he deserves it, and that would be my pick. But I'm not going to disagree with the decision when it's made. So move on to quite a funny story, and I usually don't spend too much time talking about Celtic players, but Scott Brown is a crybaby, apparently, as if we didn't know this already. So there was apparently Keith Jackson has wrote in his I don't know what, the toilet paper of a tabloid that he writes for, that a high-ranking official, Rangers official, provoked Brown as he made his way back to the changing room. He's a wet paper bag of a bully, Scott Brown. So he is. I love that he's angry about this, and the fact that someone even just laughing at him has got him to roll over to Keith Jackson to get some sort of story going. Celtic aren't going to make a complaint about this. Keith Jackson's not allowed into Rangers. He doesn't have any sources within Rangers as far as I'm aware of, so it's all just made up nonsense, and it just cements the dominance of Rangers, because they can't deal with this. They don't know how to deal with it. And I've said it once and I've said it a million times, Celtic Football Club, always the victim. This is the card that they love to play. They love to be the victims of everything, and now they fully are, and they're trying to find anything. I mean, it's not even bigotry that they're trying to get Rangers done with now, it's laughing. It's actually laughing that they're trying to get Rangers into trouble with. It's pathetic and funny all at the same time, and I love that they're hurting, and so they should be. I'm fully getting on board with the Rangers dominance is going to continue for a few years now, because as we said, we've added Fashion Sakala as well, another signing, and this team across the city don't even have a manager yet, and it looks like they're waiting for Eddie Howe. This seems to be the kind of favourite one, but he refuses to be announced, which is baffling. It really is, especially only with 2 games left in the season. But long may it continue for us. As I say, we continue to get these players pissed off just by laughing at them, then yeah, I'm all for laughing at them all the time. I think they know what's about to happen, and I don't think they know how to deal with it. So long may it continue. So we'll jump on to the next game. Rangers take on Livingston at the Spaghetti Had on Wednesday night in the penultimate game of the league. The kick-off is at 6 p.m. and it's only available on Livy TV for the ridiculous price of £20. So I would imagine there's going to be a lot of Rangers fans maybe abroad on Wednesday night, and to be honest, I've probably got a flight cheaper than what they're asking you to pay for this game. It's a ridiculous price, and they're fully taking advantage of Rangers fans to because they know some people will pay it. It's just for a game that's not meaningless. It does have some sort of form of meaning behind it because, as I say, we are Rangers and we want to win every single game. But £20 is taking a liberty a wee bit. I think we'd all agree on that. It's a ridiculous price to pay, especially when you're going to have to watch it on TV, and I've got no idea who their pundits would be, or who their presenter is, or for that matter, how their content's going to be. But yeah, I think £20 just a wee bit too steep for that. So, but it was press conference day today, and it was Steven Gerrard and James Tavernier that attended. First of all, Gerrard gave a squad update. Barisic is out. He's got a chance of maybe playing at the weekend. Arfield did some pitch work with the physio. Again, he's got an outside chance of playing at the weekend. Balogun, Hollander, Katic and Jack won't play again this season. Just on Ryan Jack, the manager added that he spoke to the surgeon and he's delighted with how the injuries went, but he won't rush Ryan Jack back. So I think it's great news, the fact that Ryan Jack's operation went well. I've said it before that this next season coming up for Jacko is a massive season. I think the way that the core of the squad's getting so strong, if he has another period of time where he's out for maybe 4 months, 5 months or whatever, I think someone's going to firmly take his place, and it's a shame. I'm a massive Ryan Jack fan. For those of you that have listened to this podcast for a while now, you'll know that. I think he's a massive asset to Rangers. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But in terms of his injury and his career at Rangers, I think next season's very important for him. So fully hoping that he makes a full recovery, and they have got to the bottom of this problem that he's had, but we just need to wait and see. It's all a matter of time and how he recovers, but it's good to see that he's came through with it, and that the management and the coaching team are happy, and so that the surgeons seem happy with it as well. So just get well soon, Ryan Jack, because I miss you, so get back. Following on from that, he was asked kind of due to the injuries and suspensions that will affect the Champions League qualifiers, if he would be adding players to the squad quickly to prepare for it, like Fashion Sakala, like he has done. Gerrard said, "We have a recruitment strategy here that does not stop. Having Wright and Simpson in early, let them get settled, and we'll be ready to go with a full pre-season. Fashion Sakala will add a lot of pace to our forward areas, and I'm excited to work with him as he has a huge potential." I think that's a massive thing about the way Rangers are doing their recruitment just now, is it's constant. It really is. It doesn't seem to ever stop. Players kind of get pulled out from left, right and centre, obviously during the kind of crazy season that we always go through as soon as our transfer window gets close. Rangers are linked with everybody, but it's good to see that Rangers are doing their business well, and like I've just mentioned, our biggest rivals in this league don't even have a manager confirmed yet, and there's a lot of their players there that are going to go, and they've not announced one signing yet as far as I'm aware. So like I say, long may it continue. It'll be interesting to see who else is going to come in, and out of the loan players that are out, who's going to come back as well. I seen Glenn Middleton did really well the other night in the semi-final. So it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. Gerrard was then asked about his opinion on the vote for the Rangers B team to be added to the Lowland League. As that votes went through, he said, "If you think about improving the national team on all levels, it will hopefully give players the chance to develop earlier and put them in pressure situations, playing against tough challenges in front of crowds. A lot of more talented Scottish kids will develop a lot quicker." So I still kind of sit on the fence when it terms it comes. Well, I was sitting on the fence. I'm more coming round to how positive this will be for the club. There is a lot of positives in this for Rangers. Been able to send out the youth to go play in, not, I don't want to say proper matches, that's probably not right, but in more competitive environments, if you like, and I also think it's going to add a lot in terms of revenue for these so-called kind of smaller clubs. Is if Rangers are not playing, or they're playing away, and the Rangers B team's kind of playing somewhere locally that's accessible for a lot of Rangers fans, we'll go and pack out the stadium. I'm pretty sure of that. I know I certainly would if there was any happening kind of close to me. I'd definitely jump in the car and go to the game, and it's going to bring some revenue into the clubs in that sense. So as well as developing coaches and stuff, Chris on Friday night on the True Blues Loyal podcast that I was on, from Chris from Rangers on Tour, did mention that about the coaches. I hadn't even really thought about that, but for coaches like Kevin Thompson and stuff that work at the club, it could be a massive part of their development as well, in order to get them kicked on to be the kind of next stage in their managerial career. So yeah, as I say, it looks like now it is probably going to happen, which is probably going to turn out to be a good thing. So we just need to wait and see what unfolds with that. Tav was then in the chair. Was asked if he's allowed himself to think about lifting the trophy on Saturday, which brought a wee wry smile to his face. He said, "With each day the excitement grows more, but full focus for now is on Livingston, and then we can turn our attention to Aberdeen and receiving the trophy. I can't wait." It was great to see Tav having the wee wry smile when he was asked about that question. I think he's feeling the same way as we all are. We literally can't wait for Saturday to come. But there is 2 games to go before we get our hands on that trophy, and it's a chance for Rangers to continue their unbeaten run. So full coverage from the press conference today is on the Rangers official YouTube channel and on the website, so you can go check that out there. So on to Livingston themselves. They've been struggling really as of late, but they're still in with a bit of a chance of finishing 5th ahead of St Johnstone, which would be a fantastic result for them this season. For Rangers, as I said, it's all about the unbeaten run in the league, and hopefully adding an invincible league season to the glory of 55. In terms of the team, we don't have any defenders, so it's a bit of a difficult one to predict. I may even see a change of formation from the gaffer with this one. It's a difficult one to predict. I don't know who he's going to bring in to cover for Barisic, whether he brings a youth player up or whether he drops Joe Aribo back. It's going to be an interesting one to see. But I'll go with the kind of standard 4-3-3, if you like, of what Rangers play and what I think the team will be. So I think it'll be McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Simpson, Aribo will drop back into left back, Davis, Kamara, Hadji, Kent, Wright and Morelos. So I think that will be the team. I think Scott Wright's probably got a shout of starting. He's been quite impressive for Rangers, I think, and I think he's got a shout of starting, especially with maybe Hadji dropping a wee bit deeper, or might play the 4-2-3-1 to put Aribo into left back and have Kamara and Davis just sitting. But it'll be an interesting one to see. I think I would probably like to see a youth player, in all honesty, get brought up and kind of given the chance. I don't really see the harm in it, giving it a go. We can always make alterations if it's not quite working out, but I think this is the kind of chance. The league got wrapped up about 45 months ago or something like that, a long time ago. So this is the chance for a youth to get a kind of run out and with the first team, and to see what it's all about, and to see what the match day is all about. And I think it would benefit. I would think it would benefit them. In terms of the rest of the squad, I think it kind of takes care of itself, who will play and who won't play. But it will be interesting to see what kind of alterations we make to the starting 11 or to the formation itself, just to cover for the suspension and the injuries that we have. So score predictions, I'm going to go with 2-0 to Rangers. I'm going to go Tav to score, and I'm going to take Scott Wright to score as well. I think it'll be rather comfortable for Rangers. As I say, Livingston do have a wee bit of something to play for, with a chance of winning 5th, but I think our motivation behind remaining unbeaten in the league and to stay invincible in terms of the league season will kind of override their motivation. So that will do me for today. It's a bit of a shorter show because I'm on myself today. So thank you for making it to the end if you have, just listening to me talk. It's a difficult thing to do, honestly. If you should try it one time. It's not as easy as you think it is. But as again, it's been a while since we've done a show, purely Club at 22, so I decided I would still batter on and do it myself. So shameless plug time. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the videos, give us a wee 5-star review on Apple Podcast, leave a comment and share anywhere that you can. It really does help support us and it really makes a huge difference. The support's a wee bit overwhelming sometimes in the messages that we get, but it really means so much to us that you want to continue to listen to us. So thank you to everybody for sticking with us and still listening to us. And that'll do me, as I said, short and sweet today. So on tomorrow night, as I say, Livy TV, remember, 6pm kick-off, not your usual midweek 7:45, so it's a 6pm kick-off. And that'll do me. As I say, my name's Scott Carney, I'm the host of Club at 22, the Champions podcast, and I'll speak to you all next time. Cheers.